That was the first time in years that she had left her heart behind, and the villagers looked at her in shock, as they had never believed that Nana was still alive. There once was a very beautiful girl named Nana. Nana was born as a normal girl. But over time, as she grew older, she noticed that she was now growing long beards. This made Nana so insecure about herself because the people in the village laughed at her and called her a boy whenever Nana passed by them. The girls in the village refused to befriend her because they were too ashamed to be friends with a girl who grew beards. This made Nana so sad that she decided to shut herself off from everyone for no reason. Her mother did everything to encourage her to overlook what the villagers said about her. But Nana couldn't shut her ears to the terrible names people called her. She thought to herself that her best way out was to completely shut out the villagers, and she made her heart her safe haven. This was not an easy decision for Nana, who wished her life wasn't so complicated. She tried to take her own life several times, but was stopped by a quiet voice in her head that assured her over and over again that everything would be okay. For years, no one had seen Nana, and the villagers began spreading rumors that Nana was dead. But no one knew for sure, especially when Nana never showed up at her own mother's funeral. One day, some villagers were discussing Nana when a young man who had recently moved to the village overheard everything they were saying and approached them. He asked them where Nana lived, and they pointed him to her heart, which was only a short distance away from them. The young man was so curious and decided to visit Nana's heart. He knocked on the door, but no one answered. The young man knocked for hours, and when no one opened the door, he decided to enter the heart to see if anyone was there. To his greatest surprise, he saw Nana sitting in a corner of her room, looking sad. The young man approached Nana and introduced himself as Kwame. He asked her why she had chosen to lock herself in her heart, and Nana explained to him that she hated her beards and wished they would just disappear. Kwame listened attentively as Nana poured out her heart. He could feel the pain and loneliness that had consumed her for years. Nana further explained how the teasing and laughter of the villagers had affected her self-esteem and led her to withdraw completely from the world. It was then that Kwame told her that he had been searching for her for months. He had come from a distant village and had been searching from one village to another for Nana. Nana opened her mouth in shock as she couldn't understand why Kwame had been looking for her. Curious to know, Nana asked why he had been searching for her for months, and Kwame told her that the answer lay in his village. Although skeptical, Nana agreed to accompany Kwame to his village. It was the first time in years that she had left her heart, and the villagers all looked at her in shock, as they had never believed that Nana was still alive. They laughed at her as she passed by and called her terrible names, but Kwame encouraged her not to listen to them, as beauty transcended physical appearance. Nana was excited to finally leave her village, as all she felt there were resentments towards her own people, who hated her for being different. They traveled for hours and arrived in a very small village. Kwame welcomed Nana to his village, and Nana realized that the people of this village were extremely friendly. As soon as they entered the village, Nana was greeted with smiling faces and compliments from random villagers who seemed not to care that she had beards. This was shocking to Nana, who had never felt appreciated in her entire life. She walked with Kwame for a few minutes and arrived at the palace of the king. To her greatest surprise, she saw a little girl lying so sickly next to the palace gate. Full of compassion, Nana approached the sick girl and to her surprise, the girl was immediately healed. Nana couldn't believe what had happened and looked at Kwam in shock. They entered the palace, and Nana met a girl who looked exactly like her. She also had beards like Nana, and Kwam introduced the girl to Nana as the princess. Confused about what was happening, Nana asked how this could be possible, and Kwam revealed to her that she, Nana, was the long-lost daughter of his father, the king. Nana opened her mouth in shock, as she never knew she had a twin sister and that Kwame was her brother. Nana was still trying to make sense of everything when the king emerged from inside and approached her to welcome her. Nana had never been so confused in her life. She asked how this could be possible, and the king told her how he had fallen in love with Nana's mother many years ago. He wanted to marry her, but his family opposed it because he was of royal blood and Nana's mother was considered a commoner. The royal family compelled him to marry the daughter of the king of the neighboring village because she was of royal blood, and he agreed because they threatened to take the throne away from him if he opposed their wishes. What they didn't know was that Nana's mother was already pregnant with twins. In their kingdom, twins were considered taboo and thrown into the evil forest. So when Nana's mother realized she had given birth to twins, she asked the midwife to keep it a secret and handed one of the babies to the midwife, instructing her to take the baby to the king while she ran away with the other twin. She told the midwife to promise never to reveal that the baby was a twin, and the midwife did as she was commanded, taking one of the babies to the king and revealing that the baby was the king's daughter. Nana's mother, on the other hand, fled from the village with the second twin and settled in a distant village where nobody knew her. After some years, the king noticed that his daughter had started to grow beards. He wondered how this was possible, as no woman in the village had ever grown beards. He searched for solutions, but nothing seemed to work. One day, the king invited a witch to the palace, who revealed that the king's daughter was a twin. The witch further revealed that the twins would continue to grow beards until they were reunited, as their separation was the reason why they both started growing beards. The witch revealed that the twins had great powers, which manifested in the beards under their chins, and that as long as the twins remained separated, the beards would continue to grow. She then told the king that twins were not a curse as everyone thought, but rather that they were so powerful and capable of bringing happiness to a land. The king was shocked, as he had never known that his daughter had a twin sister. They began their search for the missing twin, going from village to village. But nobody saw or heard anything about the missing twin until Kwam stumbled upon the villagers talking about the strange girl with beards. Nana couldn't believe that she was a princess who had a twin sister who looked just like her. She was so overjoyed to finally be among people who truly understood her. And when Nana reunited with her twin sister, the beards miraculously disappeared. And Nana and her twin sister were so happy with their united powers. Their village flourished in a way they could never have imagined. The twins never spent a minute apart as they made up for lost time. One afternoon, the king received some visitors who informed him that they had come to take Nana with them, as she belonged to their kingdom and not his. They explained that the son of their king had come to Nana's village to take her, and they had come to bring her back. The king was confused as to why they wanted her back, considering how terribly they had treated her over the years, and asked for their reason for wanting her back. They revealed that since Nana had left their village, the people had suffered and toiled heavily. A very powerful man disclosed to them that all he needed to restore their wealth was a few freshly cut strands of Nana's beards. The powerful man warned that he needed Nana personally to cut the beard himself to perform the restoration ritual, and that the people should ensure they returned with Nana, or else their wealth would never be restored. The powerful man revealed that over the years, their village had thrived only because of Nana's presence, and that with Nana's departure from their village, all the happiness they had enjoyed for years had been taken away. When the king heard this, he sent his guards to summon his daughter Nana, and when Nana arrived, the people screamed in pain and disappointment when they noticed that Nana's beards were gone. They returned to their village sorrowfully, uncertain how to combat the pain and suffering they encountered. Everyone in the village began to regret how poorly they had treated Nana, unaware that she had been the source of their wealth and prosperity all those years. As the people deliberated on what to do next, they heard loud shouts of joy. Nana had returned to her village and promised to restore their wealth permanently, and the people were overjoyed. Over the seasons, the village began to thrive in a way they could never have imagined. Nana, once rejected and insulted by the villagers, became their sole beacon of hope, and the people regretted everything they had done to her as they expressed their sincere condolences and promised never to discriminate against anyone again. The lesson to learn from this story is that our words are powerful and can either break or uplift someone. So, we should always be mindful to speak kind words to each other instead of hateful ones. It is also worth mentioning that in life, we often fail to recognize the value of what we have until we lose it. So, always be kind to one another, for life itself is unpredictable. I hope you enjoyed the story. Liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment helps us expand our channel. I'll see you in our next story. Goodbye.